This week, Louise and I went away, a much needed break to Cornwall. It was just what we needed. Long walks, a swim in the pool, good food and the occasional beer. On the morning of the last day, feeling noticeably more relaxed, I went for an early swim. Afterwards I made a cup of tea and then I sat quietly looking out at the views across the bay. The wind was strong and the waves crashed against the cliff below. As I sat there, something struck me. I hadn't seen the news for 3 days. I had no idea what was happening locally or nationally. I didn't know what was going on in the Middle East, in politics, or even back home. As for the kids, well, I just assumed that they would call if anything important had come up. It made me realise just how much our lives are shaped by what we see on TV or read in the media. Yet as I watched the waves relentlessly break against the shoreline, almost mesmerised by their rhythm, I became aware that most of what was happening elsewhere in the world made no difference to me in that moment. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand how important these things are, and like many people I feel frustration at what's going on. But during those 2 days away, none of it affected my life. It didn't change how I felt or what I did. As we walked for hours along the Cornish coast paths, anything could have been happening elsewhere, and it made no difference at all. So often in life, we encounter people who are quietly carrying burdens we know nothing about. They may be dealing with situations that feel overwhelming and all-consuming. Many have stories, some from long ago, that still shape who they are today. And of course, we all carry our own struggles that influence who we are and how we feel. Alongside this, we are constantly affected by the events we see reported in the world around us. Yet all of that felt in stark contrast to where I found myself that morning, watching creation, particularly the sea, doing what it had always done. The tide moved in and out like a natural clock, and the waves rolled in one after another against the shore. In that moment, I decided to try something within a month of when I returned home. I would set aside at least one day where I wouldn't watch news, read the paper, or go online to catch up on current events. Instead, I would take the day to focus on something that might help realign me with the greatness of God, as expressed through nature. Perhaps in a small and intentional way, I'd allow myself to step back from the noise, to let go of the things that cause anxiety, and simply be, to enjoy the blessing of the natural world around us. As a Christian, I try to begin each day focusing on God and aligning myself with His perspective. Maybe setting aside one day each month, much like the recent break I've just had, could help me experience that more deeply. I'll let you know how it goes, and perhaps, maybe, you'd like to give it a try as well and join me.